Well, it's been the longest day. You wish you could hit erase, but you aren't lucky that way. Oh no, nobody's lucky that way. But I want you to stop where you are. I want you to hear your heart, 'cause that's how you stay on par. Oh yeah, no need to raise the bar when you're feeling low. Oh, you gotta breathe. Let it go and let it be.
Good evening, everyone. It's time for the Wellness Show. It's time for the Own Your Now Show. Come on into the Wellness Room. I am your host, Tracy Berry McGee, also known as Divine T.
And I am your co-host. My name is Yolanda Langford, and they still call me Lady Yo.
Lady Yo!
Hey.
We made it into 2024.
God is so good.
Yes, he
How you
is.
feeling?
Everybody come on into the room. I mean, I'm just excited to be here and for us to be able to come back together. You know, we have our owners tapping in, and we want to tell everybody hello. Lady O, I mean, as we welcome everybody in, welcome into, we're calling it the Wellness Room. Shout outs, everybody. Let us know where are you coming in from, and if you're in the house, because I already see that Robert is in the house.
You know he is going to be there. You know he's going to be our first person on. Hey, Robert, welcome to 2024 with, I hope, your two favorite girls.
That's it. Lady O, I mean, you know, I'm excited about us coming together and being a part of the Own Your Now show. We got so much going on, but 2024, what can you ask for but more?
Yes, you know, it has been spectacular thus far. I know you have had some great things happening for yourself and some great honors, and you've been speaking all over the world, spreading the positive vibes out there, giving knowledge to people who actually need it. And I am just, you know, I could just go on and on about you, Tracy, but I am so proud of you.
Look, I appreciate it, and I thank you. I'm going to tell you something. Last year was hard because we talked about, you know, we're always talking about wellness, and we're talking about being balanced. And hey, I thought I was balanced the whole year, and the end of the year it knocked me out. I had to have surgery and everything, and I'm in my 12th week, but I'm back up and rolling. We get to have coffee together and enjoy each other's company. But you got a lot of things that happened in 2023 and now 2024 as well, don't you?
Absolutely. Well, first I want to start off with, we had the honor of hosting the purple carpet for a private screening of The Color Purple.
Yes, we did. I forgot about that. That did happen in 2024 already. We've been in the streets.
We've been out there in the streets. It was so much fun. All the people that came out from St. Louis that donned the purple carpet, and what a spectacular movie. It was just awesome. And just, really, you know, the new little nuances. There was more of a musical, but I always tell people it was the cameo by Whoopi that cracked me up also.
Yeah, it was. All of it was good. I have my favorite pieces, and I really can't pick and choose, but I'm looking forward to more good movies that are coming out this year. And we'll have to talk about that during It's a Vibe later on. So let's focus on our Wellness Room shout outs, y'all. Just so you all know, we got Dr. Darryl Diggs in the house. He is in the house. And Dr. Kacy Shahid, she is in the house.
Yes.
But we got to talk about all of those in YouTube and Facebook land. We shouted out Robert. He's like, glad you're back. Stephanie Cobbs Terry is in the house. Yes. Happy 2024. Lisa Hampton.
Hey, Lisa.
Said, hey, ladies and gents. Hey, ladies and gents. Mrs. Duncan is in the house. And, we got some of our faves, Lady O.
Hey there, Auntie Kate.
Auntie Kate is in the house.
Yes. You know, it's always nice when family supports.
That's it. Family support is everything.
It is. You know, speaking of that, Tracy, you know, our children, we, as they say, drag them from pillar to post when we're doing our assignments, especially out in the streets. Like, they're doing the camera, they're helping us set up. Shout out to our kids.
That's right, y'all. Our kids are doing the thing. They support us. We got to make sure that we that's what legacy is all about, making sure
Yes.
you take care of the kids. Good evening, Tiffany. Good evening, Rodney. Rodney Pounds is back. TTQ. All right, all right. Everybody, look, Robert's telling you all to share. If you all want to understand the value of Wellness Wednesday, then share it with someone else.
Yes.
We always hear about the negativity out there. So we got to share the positivity. And yes, we starting out with a bang with the doctors, y'all, because this is what wellness is all about. When you come into the wellness room, woo, we able to exhale and breathe and start over again, over and over and over again.
And
Speaking
you
of
know what? As our friend Shameen, Alderwoman Shameen Clark Hubbard says, new grace and new mercy every
new
day.
grace and new mercy. Speaking of new grace and new mercy, Lady O, what's in your cup? What you
Well,
sipping on?
I'm gonna
Everybody tell us what y'all sipping on in the chat.
what y'all sipping on. Well, listen here. This is a new wine. It's pomegranate. So I
Hmm,
have a little pomegranate wine. I'm gonna try that out. But of course, I have my H2O. Cheers to the
that's right.
H2O. Dr. Diggs told me that's what keeps him looking young. So I'm gonna start drinking a lot more water.
I think that's one of the things that I started doing last year, and I know I need to do more of. And I'm gonna tell you, I struggle with cold water. I can't do the cold water. I do better with warm every morning. You know, I'm doing my coffee, y'all, but I was told that I was doing too much coffee. It wasn't good for my heart. So I started doing hot lemon water in the morning. It's the
Yes,
first thing. And I drink about 2 or 3 cups of that, you know. So and but tonight I have my Chateau Saint Michelle. I
that's your
got to have my
favorite.
Riesling. It's my
Yeah.
favorite.
Well, honey, keep that glass up. Cheers to 2024.
Cheers to
Cheers.
2024. More. As you can see, I'm at home. I'm trying to be home a little earlier because I'm normally in the office. So that's what it's all about. But look, Lisa is sipping on lemonade. Lisa, is
Yes.
it pink or is it lemon? What is that color? What is
Yellow.
lemonade?
It's
What is
yellow,
it?
yellow or pink.
Yellow or pink? What kind do you like, Lady O?
I like a yellow. There's a certain kind that I like. If I drink lemonade because I drink so much and water, lemonade is strong to me.
Okay.
So I'm generally just the lemon and water person. But if I do drink lemonade every once in a while.
Well, Lisa said yellow it is. Let me tell you, my grandson, he loves lemonade as well as lemons. Like them little kids, you ever put a lemon inside a little kid's mouth?
Yes,
They
yes, yes.
love it. Amir loves it.
Speaking of little kids, do you have an announcement? Do we have a new little one?
Well, let me see. From last year,
Yes,
because Amaya is what, 4 months now? She's 5 months now.
yes. Well, she's still
But
new to many of our
so
viewers, so
she
you
is to many of, if you haven't, like, go on my Facebook page. I have her on there all the time.
the
But I mean,
cutest little
shoot,
baby.
that might be, I don't think I have the exclusive. I think Lady O might have an exclusive.
Well, you know what? I do want to welcome to the world my newest grandson, my only grandson, who is, I think he's 2.5 weeks old, Kingston Cameron Smith.
Woo! Kingston, looking
Yes,
just like his granddaddy.
yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I hope you guys are sharing. We got a lot of stuff to share with you as well. This is the place to come to celebrate life and celebrate all the great things. Congratulations, Lady O. You know, I call myself Yaya, and you are
Yo yo.
right. So we all
Honey.
have those names. And I'm telling y'all, for all those people who have got kids, wait till you have grandkids, 10
Yes,
times better. 10
yes,
times better. It
yes,
is.
I
It is.
agree.
Yeah. So I think it's time for us to get started, y'all. I know you all are waiting for the doctors to come into the house, or as we call it, into the wellness room. And
Yes.
we felt that it was important that we start off with, we're always going to talk about wellness, opportunity, knowledge, and empowerment. If you're sharing this now, or if you come back later, you can definitely make sure that you share it with some other people. But we have a lot going on in our community. And at the end, even Lady O will tell you all some other good things that are happening that we'll have to bring up. But we want to talk to our educators, people who've been in the field for a minute.
Yes.
And we know that there's a huge need for our male educators as well as our women educators. So we grabbed a couple of our community friends because we call this Conversations That Unite People. That's what the cup is all about. Y'all get that? Conversations that unite people.
Yes, ma'am.
And so we're going to bring them up. So let's talk about it. You want to introduce the first guest or shall I?
Well, you know what? I'll start. We have Dr. Darryl S. Diggs Jr. is an experienced educational leader dedicated to equity and student achievement. His mission is to plant seeds of growth and change to help each student thrive. Welcome, Dr. Diggs.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, goodness. It is so amazing and an honor to be with both of you and also on this amazing conversation that we're going to have today. I've been looking forward to this for a while. So thank you so much. It's great to see you all.
Thank you. Thank you. Tracy, it's your turn to introduce our next dynamic guest.
Okay. She makes my heart
work.
I am speaking of Dr. Kacy Shahid. She transitioned from being a substitute teacher to a principal in a 6-year period. And literally her mission is all about making sure that she makes a difference in the lives of young people. And she has several books. But most importantly, it's all about hard work. She's endured a lot in her 20-year career, and but she's remained steadfast. And she currently serves as assistant superintendent of the Cahokia School District. And she has so much to share. We're so glad that she's here. Of course, she is my soror.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Thank you. It is a pleasure. It's a pleasure. I'm so happy to be here with some amazing leaders in our region. The Darryl Diggs, honored to share this platform with you. Tracy Berry and Lady O. Again, I'm just happy to be here. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. I consider you all family. So excited about tonight as well.
Well, let's get this party started. We're going to start with Dr. Shahid. Can we let the ladies go first, Dr. Diggs? I know you're a gentleman.
Oh, please. Like just to be on the call with Dr. Shahid is something that's been on my bucket list. So please.
Well, Dr. Shahid, talk to us about your heart work.
Oh, wait.
Look at me.
You know, they reminded us in the chat. We did not ask.
What's in your cup?
Well, shameless plug for Stowers Realty Group, my line sister's realty company, Black owned, female. I am drinking water. I am drinking room temperature water, and it's been good for me, Tracy. I think we both like that room temperature water, so that's what I'm drinking tonight.
All right. Well, we know we're going to get the party started. Darryl, what's in your cup? What you sipping on?
So in my cup this evening, I'm going to just follow suit. I'm drinking water as well in my Missouri Baptist cup. And there's a story behind this. I went to Missouri Baptist for my master's, and I happened to be in a class with none other than the late Scully Stykes. And what was amazing about his course is that he was the first Black professor I ever had at the college level. And he didn't play. He took no stuff, always gave me back my work. And so I always remember him when it comes to doing this work in the streets.
Man, I tell you, I love me Dr. Scully Sykes. I became a part of the racial equity program, racial justice at the YWCA when he worked there. Amazing man, just such an intellectual. You just sit and listen the whole time. So that's what it's all about. Oh, Lady O, everybody's glad that we asked. They're like, yes, we made sure that we know now that we got that. They all said STL H2O. So I feel bad, y'all, because I don't have any.
Oh, well, you know what? I'll take a sip for you, Tracy.
Thanks, sis. Thank you. Now we can get this party started.
Yes. I was so excited. I was just so excited. You know, Dr. Shahid, we know we want to talk to you about a plethora of things, but let's start by talking about your heart work.
So hard work, it is where, and I did not make up the word. I just say it all the time. And it just really embodies the work that I do. But it is where your purpose and passion collides. It is the thing. And during COVID, it was where I really decided and realized that in order for me to stay grounded in this work, I had to go back to what brought me into the work. And I realized not that it was just hard, but it was about the heart. It was a tug and pull of the heart. And I had to really decide, am I going to remain committed to this work or do I give up? And I had teachers who were so frustrated because we weren't trained to be virtual leaders and virtual teachers that COVID almost took some of us out who were in education. I was struggling to make connections with students. And so it is during that time where I decided, no, I will focus on what brought me into this profession. And that was truly to make a difference. But this is going to require some hard work, not hard work.
I like that. I like that. When I think about hard work, what made me really want to reach out to you during this season is the fact that you seeing a lot of fights in the schools. We all dealt with a lot of trauma. And the moment you go down feeds, you see all this negativity of people saying, I don't want to be an educator. I don't want to be a principal, or, why are you even here? And I often say, I tell people, if you don't remember your kindergarten teacher, then that means your kindergarten teacher sucked. And we've all talked about this, because you have to have that hard work. You have to belong to that. And, I know that things happen. We all are aware of what happened at Central Visual and Performing Arts. And you could have said, I'm done. But you said, no, I got to keep going. And that's because your hard work was in it. Talk to us about, what do you think, because you're connected to parents as well, what do you think are some of the lessons that we could share? And wait a minute, even before we go there, I got to ask Dr. Diggs, when we talk about hard work, what keeps you going? Because now you're back teaching as well as a professor and everything. What do you think keeps your hard work going?
What keeps me going in this hard work journey is helping people understand that at some point we have to pull back from the policies, structures, and procedures and get back down to humanity, seeing each other as people, and then also understanding that each of us have our own baggage, right? If we were walking through St. Louis Lambert Airport, we know that we're all pulling something, carrying something, juggling something in our hands. Well, if we tend to be focused on the things, then we start losing focus on what really matters. And so for me, as I'm working across the county, speaking about the importance of diversity, equity, and inclusion, I always try to bring it back to what can we do to align the head and the heart, right? To really speak truth to power, and then really bring in humanity and wrap our arms around it. So it's deep work, and I believe Dr. Shahid's mission and vision around that is invaluable.
I hear you, and I love the inclusion. How important is it that our kids see people teaching them that look like them? Dr. Diggs, can you talk to that?
It goes without saying. So if I were to count on one hand, I probably will count very few people of color that have had the opportunity to be in their classrooms, right? A couple years ago, I happened to do a small diversity program at an elementary school, and I took a step back for a moment because I wanted to understand, like, okay, what is the likelihood of these young people who are Black and brown to have someone to educate them that looked like them? And that percentage was 1 to 0% that they would have had from their elementary school past high school within this particular space. And so when I think about my work in the community, whether that's my extracurricular endeavors, I just want people to understand that, hey, why not let folks know that they could be an educator too, right? We talk about all these professions and they're great, don't get me wrong, but hey, you could be a teacher, you could be an educator, you could be a coach, you could be a mentor, you could be a guide, you could be a vessel, right? All of these things just need to be a part of our vernacular when we're talking to young people.
I love that. I love that. Dr. Shahid, and we all can bounce back and forth and make this a conversation that we all are part of. When you think about leadership, and this is something for both of you, how do you ensure that students' voices are heard? I mean, I love mentoring in schools, but it's important that students' voices are heard when it comes to some of the decision-making processes. Speak to us about that.
Yeah. First of all, it's important to bring them to the table. And so they have a voice. So why are we not listening? And I've seen administrators, they'll have a student council, but they're really not listening to them. And the students have a lot to say. We can start with empathy interviews where we ask them questions and we really authentically listen to the ideas and then give them an opportunity to lead. And what does that look like? That means if the student comes up with an idea, we sit back and we allow them to execute that particular idea. We give them the supports that they need, but it's important that we give them an opportunity to lead without interfering and without taking over. In order to do that, you have to have a relationship with the students. And so I think, we can go on and on and on. I'm going to always go to relationships matter, and it's above everything. And I think Dr. Diggs hit on it, as we attempt to humanize this work, it at the foundation of it is relationships. And those are healthy relationships between adults and students. And that only happens when we are authentically listening and bringing them to the table with their ideas, allowing them to execute those ideas. And then, we go from there. But if we're not producing student leaders, then we're doing them a disservice.
Man, that's something to put in the chat. Relationships matter.
Yes. Dr. Shahid, I'm going to go back to you. And Dr. Diggs, you can also answer this. People forget that teachers are human beings. And I know, as I've seen people go into the classroom, the parents go in, that they don't realize that teachers have feelings, they have emotions. Talk to that aspect of helping teachers deal with their emotions, helping the professors understand their students, and the students and the families understand the teacher.
Right. Lady O, it goes back again, relationships. In order for me to see my teacher as a human being, I have to have a relationship with them. And there was a time I didn't always get that one right. I can recall I had a teacher who the anniversary of her pet's death would cause anxiety. And I remember being insensitive because she would have to take off from work. And I remember thinking, she's going to be absent again. Or do you have to take off again during the anniversary? I didn't understand what she was dealing with. But who was I to judge her? And so, you live a little longer. And I asked the teachers, what do you need from me? And they were able to write down what they needed. This particular teacher, I know it was her, was anonymous. She said, I need you to understand that when I have anxiety about my animal, like, it's real. And I can't just get over it. And I thought, that was an ouch moment. That was the moment when I had to realize, first of all, you're being insensitive. And so I think we have a lot of leaders who are insensitive, and we forget that we have holes in our program. We forget that, for lack of a better word, like we stink and we have some issues, but we're dealing with human beings. And so that teacher that's in front of that student may have had some trauma the night before, some problems the day before. And so who are we to determine you can get in front of that? They have relationship problems, but they brought themselves to work and they're in front of those students, and we, the leaders, are in our office with our own set of problems. But again, if we are humanizing this work and building those relationships, teachers comfortable talking to the leader, we're not judging. Right. We give them the supports that they need, even if it's, hey, take an hour and I'll cover your class for an hour. We're not willing to do that because some of us are wearing this mask. I have arrived. I am the leader. And teacher, you go in that room and we're not remembering what it was like when we were teachers. We're not humanizing this work and having those authentic relationships.
If you guys are just tuning in, we're talking to Dr. Darryl Diggs and Dr. Kacy Shahid, and we're talking about what matters when it comes to our students, but as well as administrators and educators. We all matter. We really do. If you are walking into these schools and if you have students in your community. Dr. Diggs, talk to us. We've hit on, we kind of hit on staff, and we've kind of hit on some of the things that parents can do, but talk about the power of support, mentorship, and even self-care, because we know we in here, we in the trap every day, and we're doing the work. But talk to us about those things. The power. Let's start out first with the power of support, because I know Kacy has started like a group. You all need to have a cohesive group, but the power of support and mentorship when you are building up new educators that we need.
For sure. It's widely been said that the best recruitment tactic is retention, right? And then I will also expand on that by saying, if retention is the way that we need to be in the field of education, then we also need to couple that with support. So as a new educator myself several years ago, like I struggled because I was the only one that looked like myself in the building, the hallway, and then at several levels after that, after I became an administrator. And what would have helped me then was the support of understanding my perspective when it came to decision making, or how I was, seeing particular situations. But then also having someone to walk with me as I was growing and evolving, like that right there is invaluable. I mean, imagine this. We send folks out there without any support, no hand holding, no that boys or cheerleaders to support them. Very quickly, we're going to have people fall off, and then look where we are now when it comes to teacher shortages. There's gaps, and there's also buildings that aren't able to run at capacity because there isn't that component of mentorship. Now, what I do know is that when we think about mentorship and support, we must be able to know that there's more people out there just like me, and we need to find them, right? And so through a side endeavor with my business partner, we were able to create a support group to fill the gap for educators that didn't see themselves in their space, right? And so that's how we were able to kind of pull together. It started out as some happy hours, but we really wanted to build an affinity group for Black male educators. And so that created this windfall, if you will, of just deeper community, and then years of long-lasting conversation. So when I say support, if I could just seal the deal on this for just a moment, we need it. Everyone needs to be seen, everyone needs to be heard and encouraged to evolve, because if we don't, then we're going to struggle big time.
Well, we have you talk to us about the State of Black Educators Symposium. I heard it's also called the Family Reunion.
Thank you for mentioning that. And again, I'm just part of a larger team that started an idea. It was between my business partner in this work, Dr. Howard Fields. Him and I just had an idea, and then we were able to gather relationships and an energy of folks around us to spark this idea that has ballooned into a 5-year endeavor. And so what happens is, if you were to go to the website, SBE24.com, what you will see and understand is that we've created a convening of educators to talk about the importance of education, mentorship, advocacy, Black educators, and also all students, right? We're all encompassing in this work. Now, with that said, we're on the campus of the University of Missouri St. Louis. It's going to be an amazing event. Right before, there's a professional learning option for those that want to dive deeper and get to action. But what I would like to encourage people to do is, one, understand that creating space is all of our responsibility. And that started with 2 people having an idea. Then after that, we were able to expand into a 5-year run of deep conversations. When we first started,
Ooh, wait a minute. I think I got a video for that 5-year run. I want to show that, y'all. So y'all get ready for that, because I love the fact that you all are able to. This registration is still happening, right?
Yes.
But I want to share this video, so I hope you guys can see it, because I think it's pretty dope.
If we're able to get to 2021, then we know that we're able to really be able to be intentional when it comes to us coming back together. And if we're able to get to year 5, that'll be amazing.
Partying with the purpose.
Yes.
Look at that pivot. Y'all see that? Virtual. Leadership matters.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Congratulations. You got 5 on it, Dr. Diggs.
I want to make sure that, you see all the different sponsors, because
Yes.
it takes sponsorship. It takes one of the things that you said, most importantly, us sponsoring another educator to come to those conferences. Again, tell everybody the date for SBE 24.
February 23rd, 2024, towards the tail end of February. Don't miss it. One of the greatest compliments that I heard in the halls of networking last year was that this felt like a family reunion, right? So imagine this. Imagine the county is huge, right? There's 22 plus school districts, massive.
Yes.
But what this event has been able to do is bring individuals from multiple states together. Last year, there was someone that came from international, right? Like they knew that this is the place that they wanted to be to fill their cup, right? Like for their support. And that's really what we were trying to do when this started 5 years ago, is to just create space for the reason of support.
Yeah. I'm telling you, thoroughly enjoyed myself. Not only that, the speakers, you were able to get your book signed and talk to them. And man, if you weren't an educator and you still needed to be a part of this movement, you can still come, because it makes you really are on fire to do more when it comes to the state of where our education system is, as a parent, as a community activist that is really all about empowering our youth. I just love it. And yes, last year, it seemed like it just happened, and it's about to happen again. So definitely that's what it's all about. She said, what is the website again? That information is in the chat. I hope you guys are sharing. And we still got more conversation to have. Tell us exactly, I'm looking at my notes and everything here. Dr. Kacy Shahid, you had to navigate your own emotions in support of well-being for your team through such a strong piece of what leadership looks like. Talk to us about what does your personal self-care look like? Because we know, like, when you're the president, you got to go work out, you got to take care of the mental, physical, spiritual piece. What does that look like for you?
First of all, Tracy, that's a good question, but I'm going to say this: leadership is lonely. Even for those who are not in leadership, being a teacher leader is lonely. You get criticized as being a goody two shoes, but as you go up in leadership, and I was told that it's lonely. So you definitely have to put your well-being at the top of the list. And I can't say that I've always done that. Sometimes life hits us hard. And for me, October the 24th hit me pretty hard, to the point. So what the incident did for me, when a gunman, a former student, shot into a locked building, our school building, on October the 24th, killing one of my teachers and students and injuring several other students. What I experienced was post-traumatic stress disorder at the highest level. And it was my body that was locking up. So about 48 hours after the incident, my back, stomach, I had some discomfort. And I had to, get a therapist to do talk therapy. That was initial. And then I started treating my body. I had a chiropractor come to the house and they were, physically like getting the knots out of my stomach and back area. But what I did after that was I continued to work. I was so determined, almost like a mother who was with her children and I was homeless. And I was determined to find a home, and I was determined not to allow the situation to define who we were, most importantly, who I was. And I had a decision to make as a leader. Do I let this take me out, or do I fight? And that meant fighting for my physical well-being, fighting for my mental health. And I fought, and I'm still fighting. Today was not the best day this morning. So not every day is a good day, but even today, I found a way to escape into stillness. And that looked like spending some time in my office without interruptions. But the way I have made self-care and my wellness an obligation is that I really do prioritize going to the gym. and I'm at a luxury gym where I can do the jacuzzi, I can do the steam room, I can do the sauna, and don't judge me because I'm not always working out.
Don't
I
judge
am
me.
doing what makes my body feel good. But that has been relief for me as I continue to navigate what is still, I'm a year out, but it feels like sometimes it just happened yesterday. And sometimes I feel a sense of loneliness as if no one understands, and I, where is everyone? So sometimes it feels like I'm on an island. That escaping into stillness and that priority to rest is my mental, just really relaxing and knowing that I deserve the rest. I owe it to myself to take care of myself, because it is true. You cannot lead on empty. And I was crazy enough to attempt to lead on empty. I continued to press, press, press. And the incident happened in October. By January, I was depleted to the point where I had no other choice but to take a pause. And it wasn't my choice initially. It was a doctor's choice. And then it became my choice on how long that would last, because it was at a point when I realized you need to be still. You were working on fumes. And I know that there are so many other leaders that are suffering from secondary trauma, vicarious trauma, compassion fatigue, just the burnout from what the profession can cause when you're dealing with different personalities and the struggles that comes with the profession. So I really wonder what other people are doing, because Dr. Shahid has no other choice. I either will sink or I will swim. I choose to swim.
I and swim, baby, swim. I was
Yes.
just about to ask Darryl, what does he do? But I wanted people in the chat to tell us, what do you all do for wellness? Like, what does that look like for you? Darryl, what does it look like for you?
For me, it's sitting in silence, being at peace, being still. I love to read. Audiobooks are my jam. Running, working out, like that also helps. But in the midst of leadership, the midst of tough times, what I have found to be beneficial for me when I was a building principal is to focus on the poor, meaning focusing on who is pouring into you, right? Your well-being, your professional development, and then also focus on who you can pour into, right? Like who are your choir members? And so in the midst of leadership, I focus on the poor for my wellness. Outside of leadership, for me, it's just being still, just like Dr. Shahid said, so very well, but also picking up a good book.
I love that. I love that. You know what? I'm not leaving you out, Lady O. What do you do for self-care?
Often people will stop by and they say the television isn't on, the radio isn't on, it's just quiet in my house. And the other thing I do that's a little different is when I think my life is a little bit out of order, I take something in my home and organize it.
Yeah.
And that gives me peace and purpose. And when I see the things organized, I know that it's not out of control. I just need to put parameters around it, organize it in my mind and in my heart, and work through it.
I love that. I love that.
And how about you, Tracy? We're not going to leave you out.
Exactly.
I'm looking at the comments, and Tiffany says that she give yourself permission to gain and regain your peace. Robert says, I listen to music to decompress. Like, Robert, music is like, so you all know I said I was out for surgery. I started rewatching Grey's Anatomy. And so I'm in the kitchen dancing and singing. I watch television. I do like binge watch television at times because I don't watch much at all. Nicole said Peloton bike and meditation.
Get it.
Suzette says sick days or mental health days. Take time for oneself. I think wellness days are important.
Yes.
For me right now, balance is everything. I do have my hard work 90 days that you can get on Amazon. I journal. Journaling is my jam. My mom journaled. I noticed that recently I updated my iPhone. For you iPhone people out there, I know some of you all might be Androids. Sorry. They have a journaling app on there now, just in case you want to use it. I just think it's another way for them to know my business. So something about holding a pen or in my hand and writing.
Yes.
So when I'm sipping my coffee every morning and putting out my post, I take time for myself. And Lady O, I love hot showers. So it's something about just being there. But you don't have to have lights on to take a shower. You
Oh,
know,
lights off are the best.
I'm out affirming myself on a regular basis. So I see that she said rest is resistance. Yes.
Yes.
Lisa says I do
Tracy,
for
have you?
others.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
Have you tried the shower steamers that you put in the shower and it gives you smell?
Yes, girl. I
Yes.
have those.
Yes, you
I
feel like
love
you're at
them.
the spa, darling.
Yes.
Sometimes I just put them in my hand, and my husband comes. It's like smells like all eucalyptus and lavender and stuff. Yes, Buffy. I'm telling you, Darryl said it. Focus on the poor. I'm in there.
Yes.
That was a piece for me today. Peace and purpose. So I want us to. I'll keep putting these up. For Lisa says, when I know their situation is worse, massages. Yes, I
Ooh,
do. I
yes.
feel like yes. Speaking of those massages, we got a lot of things coming up in the future, so you all have to stay tuned to that. Pamela said journaling and singing. I hope y'all sharing this because this is good stuff.
Yes.
This is why we doing this. It was like the wellness room on Wednesdays. We're gonna be here every Wednesday.
Tracy,
Yes,
I do want to say something. So part of my healing process, my therapist told me to do a creative project, and that is when I did write this journal. But within it, so I'm glad you mentioned journaling, and I am giving myself a plug. But within it, I asked myself like, what was my main goal for the week, my week's focus and intention. I do a brain dump, and some of that was because during the time that I was experiencing insomnia and post-traumatic stress disorder, my symptoms were really high. I could not think clearly. So being able to reflect and write in my journal affirmations to keep me grounded to what am I greatly thankful for, it is the thing that kept me focused on what was most important. And that was that I was still here and that there was purpose for me. And so, yeah, this journal has been very helpful to myself. I really wrote it and gave it to my teacher. So I didn't even write it for sale or as a product to sell. But once I realized how helpful it was to myself and others, I put a price tag on it. And being that I'm married to an entrepreneur, he definitely pushed like, why did you write a book and you're not going to sell it? So
the thing about it is it works. It works. Number one, educators need it. Y'all need to buy it for everybody. And that's why we're here, to make sure that you all have resources. It's an amazing resource. You can get it on Amazon, and it's something that you can write in. And so that's important. I see that we got some people even out here on the YouTube side. Just so y'all know, we do have a YouTube side, so you can also share it on YouTube. That's important. I want you all to let them know again, Darryl, how can they find out about the conference, and either vending opportunities, or they could buy tickets for themselves and for a friend. Let everybody know how they can find out about the conference again.
The best way to get the information is to stay connected to the website, which is SBE24.com. So again, SBE24.com. Like there you can find access to the tickets, the professional learning, as well as the like the vendor and sponsorship opportunities. At this moment, we were able to get the team together. And so there's limited availability when it comes to the professional learning spaces, and which is a good problem to have, because that means that people are really excited and really want to eat, right? Like they want to get this information to then go use it the next day. A lot of times people attend painting by numbers, professional development, right? And then they forget what they have just learned. But here, like we're going to make it, one, worth your while, two, impactful, and then three, like we're going to create plans for you to go back to your organization and then navigate that ship in the best way possible for not only your students, but also your community. So again, the website is SBE24.com. But I also want to, slide back for just a moment and talk about the gift of writing. And so, for those of you that are in the chat, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, or the social medias, please get Dr. Shahid's journal, because if we're able to take what's happening in our minds and put it down on paper, then we're able to really provide ourselves that gift of therapy, right? And so hopefully the link is in the chat somewhere. Grab that book, grab two, because we need to be able to process. Right now, we are over 8 billion people in the world, and we're all experiencing some level of trauma.
Yes.
And not all of us are able to write it down and to put it out there for someone else to help us navigate. And Dr. Shahid has given us that gift.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Diggs. And if I could add to that, it only works when you're willing to take off the mask. And so what does that mean? That whether you're a mother who's struggling, whether you're a school leader, whether you're a teacher, whether you're a single parent, whether you're a married woman, you have to be willing to say, I don't have it all together.
Yes.
This hurts. I'm not Superwoman or Superman. And you got to be willing to take off that invisible cape, that mask. We wear the mask that grins and lies. We put on this facade that it's all good, and it's not always all good. And so you may not want to talk to somebody, but writing is a way to get it out, where you can reflect and you can hold yourself accountable to change. You can hold yourself accountable to, just admitting that sometimes you just don't have control, and we need that connection with others, which is why I like the Black Symposium, Black Educators Symposium, because while I may feel like I'm alone, it'll be in a space like that where I'm able to connect with other educators, and we're all experiencing different things, whether it's change in a position, whether it's the violence that's occurring in the schools, and we are experiencing at a distance that vicarious trauma. We're nervous and scared because of what happened somewhere else. And we can talk about it, we can share, we can network, and realize again that we're not alone, even though the space for Black women and Black men a lot has been placed on us in this field of education. We have become the doctors, the nurses, we're the mothers, the surrogate mothers and the surrogate fathers. And we're not just a coach anymore. We become so many, we wear so many roles and titles in our profession that our colleagues are sometimes, draining us. They might ask Dr. Diggs for solutions when it's like, how would I know? Well, you're a Black man, you should know. Or might ask Dr. Shahid, and that's not the best that we get dumped on like that. And so how are we able to realize that there's connection and power when there's purpose and power, when we can connect with one another and share strategies. And so that's what I like about it. I'm looking forward to it, even though it's virtual. Like I can't wait.
This one is in person, right?
In person. I'm sorry, it had been virtual, and then last year was in person, correct?
Yes,
Last year I didn't make it, but I'm looking forward to this year. I'm coming to the family reunion.
Let's go.
Yes, and
Let's go.
every time I think of a new educator, I try to grab one to take with me. And you all have two powerful keynote speakers. Who are those speakers this year?
So Dr. Venus Winters is amazing. Like her bio and accolades, we would be here until tomorrow. But then we also have the daughter of the Malcolm X, Ilyasha Shabazz. She's amazing as well. And what I'm excited about, the conversation that we're going to have with both of them, is that we're talking directly to what's happening in education for St. Louis, right? For Missouri. Now, here's a really small anecdote I want to add. Right now, through Jefferson City and the House of Legislature, right, there's a lot of conversations about taking certain things away and, adding bills to restrict transparency or to restrict equity or to restrict the access that kids need for their education. And so at the symposium, like, those are the questions that we're going to ask and really talk to Dr. Shabazz about those pieces. Like, hey, your father championed this work.
Yes.
You also yourself work in the DEI space, and you're all over the country. What can we do here in St. Louis within this county to continue to work and to fight for justice, right? To speak in love. What does that look like? And then also for Dr. Winters, what's amazing about, her lens of perspective is that she's going to give us the real, right? And I would love for, all of you to be a part of that experience. Again, hashtag SBE24, but more importantly, SBE24.com. That's how you can get tapped in and stay connected.
And you don't have to be an educator to attend.
Nope.
I think it's important for people to realize we should attend because we want to have an understanding. And as Dr. Shahid said, develop the relationships. And you can't develop a relationship without understanding.
without understanding. You know, we want to welcome you all every Wednesday into the wellness room. We are right now at 8.6 followers, at 8.6K, and we want to get to 10,000. So the best way that you do that is through sharing. And you know, we're going to talk about different topics, but we also want to talk about what's going on in the community. And of course, you all know we always got to have our wellness words of the week. But speaking of what's going on in the community, we call this part "It's a Vibe." It's a vibe, y'all. And you know, I think that's important because there's a lot that's going on. If you all know that something's going on, you want to
Yes.
share it with us. We want to know because we want to make sure that you know. I went to an event last week, Lady O, and it was I Am Hip Hop, and it was at the History Museum, and they talked about different. It was different women in hip hop because you know hip hop is the thing. I don't know. I'm
50
sure
years.
Dr.
50
Diggs
years.
and Dr. Casey can really rap, you know, and throw some
I
lyrics and
definitely can. I definitely can.
Let's go.
but
Let's
it was
go.
really cool to be able to know what's going on. And there was a lady, a couple of ladies that was at a conference at the Chase, and they were like, I went on Eventbrite to see what was going on in the community, and I ended up at the History Museum, and it just felt good. And so we want to make sure that you all know different things that are happening. So this part of our segment is called It's a Vibe. What's going on in the STL? So, Lady O,
Yes.
what are we talking about first? What do we
I'm
have?
Well, let me tell you, we're going to talk about the Utility Resource Day first. First of all, let me say this. I am so proud of Dr. Shahid, Dr. Diggs, for all that they are, pouring into our St. Louis community, into the world. So our first thing we're going to talk about is January 25th from 8 a.m. to noon, the Utility Resource Day at North County Recreation Complex. They will help you with your utility bills. Make sure you bring them. Hosted by Chantel Nixon Clark. She's our state representative, and powered by Diamond Diva Empowerment and I Define Me movement. I
That's
love it,
right.
Tracy.
That's right. I want to make sure that you also know that it takes a community to do the things that we do. In addition to that, I have to make sure that you all look. I'm playing with it because I want you all to see the sponsors. We have Spire that's a part of it, and we have Castle and Better Family Life and Dominate STL. If you all
Yes,
don't know about Dominate STL, then you all need to know some great things that are happening. Not everybody's always talking about Sister Keeper and the I Define Me movement. And they used to ask me, what about the boys? And I was
yes,
like, I can't do the boys because I'm a girl. But now we have Dominate STL. And my son, as well as his team, they're in the schools doing some great social
yes,
emotional learning work. So go to dominatestl.com to look them up. But yeah, there's a community fair, and we'll be there tomorrow at North County Rec. They paying bills and making sure that we
yes,
keep our community warm. And rent and all those good things. And
yes.
really that we have a lot of great other partners that will be there to check your blood pressure and all of that.
Let
All
me tell
those
you,
things.
St. Louis has it going on. I feel like this is just a joy to be able to announce these things that help our community, help our families to be better.
Yes.
We have a bragging moment, Tracy. Our very own editor of the Own Your Now show, Vidal Phillips, has a movie coming out. It's called Missing. It debuts in St. Louis on January 26th at the Galleria. Go Vidal, go
It
Vidal, go.
does. Go Vidal. Let me tell y'all, Vidal is our
Our
good
everything.
yes. He's always behind the scenes when we're in the studio, which we got some exclusives coming with that as well. But that movie, you know, there's a lot of young women that come up missing in St. Louis,
Yes.
and we need to make sure that we're clear about this because you know, it's not a secret and we need to come up with solutions. And so if you all get a chance, it's going to be held at the Galleria. At the
Yes.
Galleria, right?
Look at
So
Vidal.
I know. Like we having our proud auntie moment, aren't we?
Yes, yes, he is definitely our nephew, and like I said, he in studio he helps us out so much. we're easy, but he makes it easy. He makes us look good. So thank you, Vidal, and we are here to support you. Tracy, we have January 26th.
Oh, wait a minute. One second. Gina, she says, do people have to bring anything else other than their bills? I will make sure that I put this in our website, on our put it in our story, so you'll have that information. But I believe you need your ID. And as long as you have an ID in your bill, you know, they keep having them throughout the community. Thanks.
Yes.
Just shout out to Eddie Ross and Brandy Jokes and Diamond Diva. But it will be at the North County Rec, and definitely all the information is on the flyer, so we'll put that out there. It's a vibe. All right. So,
okay, January 26th, St. Louis Artworks is having mental health movie night. 5:30 the doors open, 6 o'clock the movie starts, and 8 o'clock is the discussion. So it is St. Louis Artworks mental health movie night.
That's
there
it.
We go, Tracy.
They're featuring their movie titled Collateral Beauty. And I don't know if you all have ever been to the St. Louis Artworks, but you need to RSVP and get over there, or contact Sabrina Silva, because they're doing some great things. And it's really nice there. It's on 5959 Delmar, and it's a pretty cool site. If y'all haven't been there, you need to go and check it out. And
you know, get over there. They have some great art programs for our youth also. So if you have a young person that's interested in art, you need to contact them, because they have some great citywide things that they are doing every year. Tracy, we have two more. We have January 28th, our niece, Morgan Kacy, date, ideas, and things to do, is having an R&B ice skating STL. Do you ice skate?
Okay. All right.
Hey,
Morgan, yes.
Have y'all ever ice skated before? I just want to know.
Oh, let me tell the truth.
I tried it.
Let me tell the truth. I'm gonna lean in and tell them myself, because my girlfriends might be in the chat and tell the truth. I put the skates on and took a picture.
You did what now?
I put the skates on and I took the picture, and then I sat down.
I think I need one of those things that, one of those things where you just kind of hold on to it and roll around.
Yeah, it's like a walker.
That's what I need. One of those.
Yeah, I can't mess with it.
It's gonna be R&B music, so I know it's gonna be some ice skating going on, some twirling, and it looks like it's gonna be fun.
I cannot wait. I'm a proficient ice skater.
If you want to skate, it's sold out. If you got your own skates, you can still register. It's $35. And if you want to watch, then it's just $15. I think I want to watch, because I'm too old to learn something new. I know they say
you're not
too old. No, but I know this is the year that I turned 57. And so I'm still trying new things. I can ride a bike, I can skate. And I can skate with certain wheels, but you talk about skating in the ice. Ice needs to be in an icy, or like in the grass. Darryl, can you
watch Dr. Shahid? We'll watch her skate.
Yeah, I can do figure eights, and I'll teach
you. Y'all guys too many skills. Like I can barely put 2 feet in front of the other.
Well, we have one more.
Tiffany said, "Lord, the woman done told the people she a professional ice skater."
Okay. Jokes. It's just jokes. I really can't.
We're coming to see, girl. We're coming to see.
I'm gonna watch. I want to support Morgan Kacy, so I'm gonna watch.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna support Morgan and come on out
with our hot cocoa. Last one, Tracy. This is a big one. The NIA group has their open house on January 29th from 5 to 7. Meet the wellness team, licensed professional counselors, certified life coaches, and a licensed massage therapist. That's what I'm talking about.
We are adding to everything. It is called the Imani Therapy, but now it's called the NIA Group. You can follow us. Definitely follow us on the NIA Group on Facebook. But we're doing some great things, and we felt like it was important that we focus on the whole person. So we're adding a massage therapist to our team.
I love it. I love it.
Because
I
you
love
can come
it.
out. So when you come to our open house on the 29th, I think that's the 29th, whatever
Yes.
that Monday is, then
29.
you'll be able to meet the team and get a chair massage. But you will also be able to book a full massage because that's what we do. We make sure that you know what's going on and we're taking care of the whole body
Yes.
at the Nia Group STL.
Love it.
And of course, you all will always be able to come into the room, the wellness room, because we'll be here on Wednesdays, every Wednesdays, and we'll make sure that you all are connected to everything that we do. So it's time for us to give out our wellness words of the week. Everybody, whatever that affirmation word is for you, put it in the chat. Man, oh man, oh man. We'll start with a woman. Let us know, what is your affirmation word, your wellness word of the week?
It is rest.
Rest. Somebody put it in the chat because I can't write it down
That's
because
good.
I've been sipping on my wine. Rest. Tell us why.
Cherie Duncan put it in the chat. Rest is resistance. And it's the thing that I've been on. Someone talked about meditation. The only way that we can get creative and innovative if we allow ourselves to rest. Working to exhaustion and that grind culture. You all can have it. I don't want it anymore. I am resting. It is what my ancestors could not do. And so it is reparation. So that's what I'm on. And I didn't come up with that. That is Trisha Hersey. Rest is resistance, but it's what I've been meditating and reading these days. And it's been the most that I could do for myself, which is to escape to stillness. And the only way I could do that is to rest my body.
All right now.
Love it.
All right.
Yes.
I love it. I love it.
That's good.
All right. Darryl, what is your word?
So I have two. So for me, when it comes to affirmation, being focused, for me, it is fear not. Right? Fear not. Yes, we can do all things, but keep in mind when the valley is low and the mountains are high, again, fear not. Right? When others may doubt you, hey, fear not. If you're struggling to make a decision because the world is in turmoil, again, fear not. And so for me, each morning, that is something that I digest and I wrestle with, because I'm a go-getter, right? I like to move a mile a minute, but I do believe there is a power in slowing down, but then also fear not. We can do this.
I love that.
Yes.
I love
Thank
that.
you for that word, Dr. Diggs.
I love that. Whoo, Lady O. We came out the box strong with these. We came out with the
Yes. Hey,
So
welcome 2024.
What is your wellness word of the week?
My word is shine. I've been reflecting a lot on my mom who passed like 8 years ago. And Dr. Diggs hit on something where he said, he didn't see a lot of people who looked like him in elementary school and middle school. I never had a African-American teacher until I was in college. And that's because I went to the Grambling State University, where everybody is somebody.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
But my word is shine because my mom used to say, let your little light shine. And so my wellness word for this week is shine.
I love it. I love it. Shine your light. Shine your light. I love that. I'm looking at everybody else's words as they put them in the chat. And my wellness word for the week, and probably I'm like Darryl this time. I have two words, and my two words are. When we watched the Color Purple, when they talked about it, saying, remember when Sophia said, she said, "Hell no,
hell no,
hell no," and I remember when Whitney Houston said, "Hell to the no, hell to the no." Well,
to the no.
There are things in my life this year that I want to say absolutely, like, yes. And I know Shonda Rhimes said the year of the yes. For me, it's got to be a yes, yes. But today, right now, my word is absolutely not. If I can't do it, it's an absolutely not. I just can't. I don't have the capacity to do it. Absolutely not. I don't even have to say hell to the no. If I get to hell to the no, then you ain't listened the first time. But absolutely not. And I don't even have to say it out loud. I said it in my head. People like, you want to go to this party? You want to go to this gala? Absolutely not.
And that's fine.
And that's fine.
And people need to know that's fine. People think that we're always out and about and doing. I rest a lot.
Yes.
I do.
Yes.
I love it.
Absolutely not. And so that's where I am. And so as we wrap up with our wellness words of the day, we want to say thank you, Dr. Shahid, and thank you, Dr. Diggs, for being a part of our first episode of Wellness Wednesdays. We will be back every Wellness Wednesday if we can, and we're
God
gonna
say the same.
all kind of delicious stuff. So you all make sure you all get your tickets for SBE, get your heart work done, and make sure you keep everything going. Lady Yo, as we wrap up with our wellness words of the week, let's see, we will start with, you all have to understand the value of what we're doing here. It's just as therapeutic as it would be if you were to go to therapy. But if in case you can't get to therapy, give yourself a little grace, because even tonight you are healing. So as you rest, make sure that you wake up and know that rest is essential in every single thing that we do. But also understand that it's important that you know what healthy looks like for you. Be still and find the peace inside. Escape to the stillness and fear not. You will understand the value of what it feels like to rest, because you will feel it. So when you slow down, then you will see that you are then ready to get up and get that progression going. And you will be able to come to the world and shine. Because when you shine, you stay connected to other people, and you will be able to totally affirm what it means to say absolutely not. If in fact you don't relax and breathe and take everything in, then you won't find the peace that you need. And therefore, you won't find the abundance that you need to receive. So, yes, it's a no for me. It's a no for everyone else. And until then, we will continue to find and connect with our rest. That was our wellness words. We did it. Hopefully we can get to I-10,000 soon. You all share and share some more.
And invite your friends. If you go on your Facebook page, you can invite all of your friends to join the Own Your Now show community. So just hit all.
That's it. Hit all. Hit all.
Everybody.
All of them.
Everybody have a good night. We'll see you all next Wednesday. And we bring you what, Lady Y'all?
Peace, love, and positivity.
Oh, I thought you were going to say soul. Okay.
So we going to add soul.
All right. Okay.
Peace, love, and soul.